What's going on, everybody? American Football Network here. We're going live for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers game. We got Michael. He'll be on with us here in a minute. We got the football expert with us. So it is going to be a fun time here streaming some NFL football today. Sorry, we're getting everything set up. We're running a little bit late. Had the hurricane come through, so been cleaning up today. But we're getting everything set up now. Getting ready to roll with it.
Yeah, it's been a good week of football so far. Had a great set of games with college football yesterday, and then been a good week for both of our teams. It looks like the Packers are going to finish with the W along with the Bears as well. So, good week so far in the NFL as you got Patrick Mahomes and the Chargers, or Patrick Mahomes taking on the Chargers this week. So,
yeah, for sure. As Kansas City was moving down the field, but Carson Steele fumbles, and the Los Angeles Chargers have recovered it. On the first play, Herbert finds Lad McConkey for a 5-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd down and 5. So we got a good crowd. We got a good crowd in here. Everybody tuning in. Let me know if you guys can do good or not.
I'm here now.
You guys can. As Kansas City turns the ball over on their first drive, the Chargers recovered the fumble and currently have it 31 on their own 35-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 1.
Hello?
Sorry, we're getting our stream set up. We're following along with you guys on ESPN here for a second. We're trying to get our stream set up real quick. As Gus Edwards on the 3rd and 1 will pick up the 1st down. As Justin Herbert is in the game, he is playing today, and looked 1 for 1 for 5 yards so far to start. And the Chargers going to have to burn a timeout here. Not good early on as the play clock was ticking down. We lost? How did the Packers manage to lose that?
the only thing I could see is
probably another interception, honestly.
I don't know why you would throw an interception. I don't know how
The Packers didn't convert to onside kick.
So 1st down play here, give up the middle. It's going to be way into good run there, and it's going to be into Chiefs territory.
Exactly what you're looking for with the Chargers here is this in-division matchup.
Hello, hello. Is it working this time?
Yep, as we get a big play there. Chargers deep into Chiefs territory here. Not much there on the first down play. Has been an effective first half for the Chargers. As the opening drive has been a success here for the Chargers. Definitely. Five rushes to only 2 passes. We'll see if we get a throw here from Herbert. Not much going on so far with one of those passes being a screen pass. Herbert drops back, gets the ball off. A good play there. It's going to be inside the 10, first and goal here for the Chargers. Good throw to Ladd McConkey. Chargers looking very effective here on the first drive. The Chiefs, though, infamous for some of their first half and even entering the game adjustment or throughout the game adjustments. So they have played really well. So first and goal here for the Chargers. A bit of an odd formation as it's going to be a handoff. And they get about 4 yards on the play. Good play to Edwards there. The Chiefs allowing a lot of points, 17 on opening drives, the second most in the NFL, only behind the Dallas Cowboys, who allowed 20 opening drive points as Herbert drops back, gets his man, and it's going to be a touchdown there in the back of the end zone to Ladd McConkey. Herbert, though, a little bit shaken up there.
Well, so why did the Packers didn't win? Because I overheard you talking about that. It's because they didn't convert the onside kick.
Oh, my ESPN said they had the ball 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 15. Down
Well,
by-
yeah, they went down the field on 4 plays and scored a touchdown. Then they did not convert the onside kick.
No. I'm saying it said they were down by 2 with the ball 1st and 10 on Minnesota's 15.
Well, I was watching the game and they never converted the onside kick to begin with.
Yeah, it must have been ESPN being off.
They probably updated the score before they updated the field position.
Browns just scored a touchdown, went right down the field on the first drive.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a quick break here as the commercials go on.
All right, back from ad now.
We're back now. 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Chiefs. Fake the handoff to Rice. Mahomes going to go deep with it. He's got a man. He overthrew him, intercepted. Derwin James with the pick.
Is that ball that?
And now he fumbled it. And who got it?
It looks like it's going to be out of bounds.
Chargers still recover it. Creed Humphrey has the football, but they switched it. Chiefs ball. Creed Humphrey has the football.
He's like, I have the football.
And Rasheed Rice is down. He looks injured. That's not good.
Man, Derwin James. That's the only thing.
He overthrew Kelsey, who was open.
I thought Kelsey was supposed to be benched.
No. Yeah, see, Humphreys got it in bounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. Okay.
Rasheed Rice, what a play to knock that ball out, but then got nailed by Mahomes.
Okay, yeah. If 54 had gotten it, he was almost touching out of bounds, and that would have been then.
Yeah, which I think they're going to review it because if the Chargers guy is touching the football out of bounds, that's Chargers football.
Chargers football. and it looked like he was, but I'm not.
I don't know. I couldn't tell if he had possession before Humphrey did it, or I couldn't tell if he touched it before Humphrey had possession or not. That'll be an interesting call. One that could be huge.
Since when does Derwin James wear number 7?
This season.
Because I thought he used to wear number 3.
Was that not Derwin James? Maybe it wasn't him. It looked like him. Had the build of him. Maybe it wasn't him. That one might be on me.
Well, let me look it up.
What do you guys think of Alabama being ranked number 1?
They should be.
They deserve it.
Okay, but my only issue with it is you were up 28-0 at one point, and then you're up 30-7 at one point. When you're up 30-7, you can't blow a 23-point lead.
You won the game. That's all that matters.
It's Christian Fulton, my fault. He had the build of Derwin James. I swore that was him.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
I forgot he was number 3. I knew he was single digits. But yeah, I mean, I don't care if Bama was up 50-0 and blew the lead. The fact that they built a 28-0 lead on Georgia and still won the game, honestly, it's more impressive that they blew the game and still won it.
Well, another factor you have to look at is Georgia actually built up to what they're hyped up to be or not.
I don't think it really matters right now at this point. The fact is they were the number 2 team in the country, went into Alabama and got stomped. Not only that, Texas has been struggling.
Also they haven't had their starting quarterback either.
Yeah, but I mean, you still take that. It's the same thing with Florida State last year.
Look at this.
Florida State was 13-0, but they didn't have their starting quarterback.
Speaking of Florida State,
it doesn't matter. That's part of who your team is.
DJ got benched.
What's that?
I said, speaking of Florida State, DJ got benched in the middle of the game.
Yeah,
against
I saw that. That didn't surprise me at all. As it will be Chargers football, as the defender was laying out of bounds when he touched it. The Chargers player was, which made the play dead. So it's going to be Chargers football. And there's going to be a flag on the first down handoff. They'll pick up about 2. Probably going to be a holding.
And I will say the only bad thing for Georgia is Kirby Smart. There's always one team he can never beat, it seems like. It's Alabama.
Yeah, I saw something. They're like, they've won, I think, like 51 of their last 54 games, and the 3 losses.
All 4 losses were against Alabama.
Yeah, those 3 losses are – Alabama's the only team to beat them in the last, like, 3 or 4 years.
Well, to be fair, if a kick goes through the uprights and not wide left by about 30 feet, if you know what I'm referencing to, it's not just Alabama beating Georgia.
Well, the kick was terrible. I wouldn't say if the kick wasn't. The kick was awful. But if Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't go out of that game, Ohio State was blowing them out, and he went out of the game.
Yeah. They should have won the game.
So 1st and 25 now, and they'll get about 5 yards there on first down. Yeah, even Georgia like radio broadcasters were talking about that. If Harrison didn't get injured, they would have been blown out, because they were talking before they couldn't stop the guy. They didn't think they were going to win at all.
Was Joe Alt injured? He's not playing. I guess he is.
He's hurt.
Okay, I did not know that.
So second 19, Herbert going to be sacked, and there's going to be a hold.
No, they're going to call roughing the passer.
Maybe he threw that flag too far then. He threw the flag all the way into the line of scrimmage.
Okay, maybe not.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. He threw the flag all the way to the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
Okay.
Be a hold on Rashawn Slater, isn't it?
He didn't do a very good.
No, Jamari Salyer.
He didn't do a very good job at holding anyway.
No. Which, I mean, it was a screenplay. Yeah, he just threw Chris Jones to the ground from behind.
Rasheed Rice going back to the locker room on a cart. That is not good news.
Not the last thing you want to see as a Chiefs fan. That's your best receiver. You're already down 7-0.
If
That
you're,
already happened.
if you're the Chargers here, you just need to get back in field goal range. You're kind of in
That's
field
what
goal
they're
range.
trying to do here is Dobbins going to run it ahead for about 4.
That's frustrating. You got to pick inside.
Now they're
the
back to
20.
3rd and 25.
Yeah. You got to pick third. You got to pick the 20-yard line, and now you're going to have to maybe kick a field goal. Bo Nix is struggling. He has not had a good start of the season.
They won.
They did win, but
They won twice. As Dobbins going to bounce it outside now after there was nothing in the middle and not a whole lot on the outside, but does manage to pick up about 4.
Yeah, ran for about 40 yards there, got about 4 progress-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, as they will send out the field goal unit now.
The kick for
Cameron Dicker, 6 of 6 on the season along of 53. This one will be from 50.
And as the broadcast is talking, how automatic kicks have become. This is a 50-yarder just drained.
Just drained it right down the middle. So good start for the Chargers. Up 10-0 here. 3:53 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. All right, so we're back as a kickoff from Dicker is out the back of the end zone. So 2 drives for the Chiefs, 2 turnovers, a fumble on their first drive after they went all the way down the field, and then the interception from Patrick Mahomes on the first play of their second drive. And that's where we sit now, 10-0 in favor of the Chargers. 1st and 10 here for the Chiefs. Worthy in motion. They're going to hand it to Steele. He's going to bounce it outside. He'll pick up 3 yards, bring up a 2nd down and 7. He's been a solid running back, but he's also fumbled the football. I believe he fumbled last week as well.
Yeah.
He's had a little bit of ball security issues. Got to get better. That's something that's got to get better and improve for him for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Not this week though. Not this week because the guy I'm playing in fantasy has him on his team. So if he wants to fumble a few more times, that'd be great. Maybe he'll do so bad that they'll put Samaj P. Ryan in because he's my flex. That's how low I am on running backs right now.
That's pretty low, dude.
Which I'm in. Let me see how many people are in this league. It is a 12-person league, dynasty league too. So we got a lot of spots on here. So it's what it is. Zeke is my starting. Zeke and Kamara are my starting running backs. But to be fair, I drafted McCaffrey. He just, decided to be McCaffrey the year I drafted him. That's why I don't draft him.
Yeah.
But
didn't Haskett batted down at the line on 2nd and 7?
As it looks like.
Yes.
For the second, I thought the Kansas City Chiefs were running at him.
I thought Mahomes fumbled.
Yeah.
On this one. At first, when it was zoomed out, I thought he had fumbled. But Mahomes gets sacked, and they're going to have to punt 4th and 12.
I'm surprised the refs didn't throw a flag for roughing the passer.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the refs are going to save them in this one.
I forgot that Matt Arise is back in the NFL.
Yeah, and somehow they let the Chiefs get him. As the punt returner for the Chargers slips, and that's going to let the punt bounce another 10, 15 yards inside the 20.
There you go.
As Herbert and the Chargers offense gets set to come back out on the field with 2:25 to go in the first. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys.
We are back from ad now. Herbert in the shotgun. Back to pass. It's going to be a screen. Drops off to Dobbins. And gets close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot.
Yeah, just Herbert, just looked like he overgripped the football on that one to hand it off. Just popped right out of his hands.
Okay, but here's the main question going around college football right now after this play.
There's a false start there on the right. At first, I thought they were going to call it. Took him a second. Thought he was going to get away with it for a minute. And I remember
here's the true battle.
No way he was getting away with it.
Yeah.
One thing I want to bring up with the NFL. How about Jaden frickin' Daniels?
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels. I mean, the last 2 games, they've scored on every single drive they've had except for kneel downs. Been insane. They're up 14-7 on the Cardinals right now.
And he has an interception.
Yeah, he has an interception in this game. But, I mean, he's playing great. I mean, you're going to get interceptions. Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league. He's throwing one today. But Daniels, 9 of 10, 77 yards and a pick.
So he's 10 of 10 completion-wise.
Yes, yeah. Just one was to the wrong team. But, I mean, he's been the best of any rookie quarterback by far so far this season. And
Mark got another touchdown. For the Cardinals. Herbert back to pass, looking, firing, complete. Brought down after a 3-yard gain. And if guys might be muted, I don't know. You guys either cut out really bad or you guys are muted. Rashee Rice is out for the rest of the game. Third and 18.
doing it.
And that'll be down in the first quarter.
Good thing. As that be complete, bring up a fourth down. The Chargers going to have to punt. Honestly, pretty incredible. Herbert's able to play in this game and move around on that leg. I mean, he's played good, too. He's 7 of 8, 69 yards and a touchdown. Only incompletion just came on that last one. It was a catchable ball. I mean, he got hit. Wasn't the best pass, but it was a catchable football.
Yeah.
J.K. Scott on the punt now. Wish the Packers still had him. He was a good punter. One of the best legs in the NFL in terms of punters. All right, we're back. Sorry, as the stream just completely shut off. Getting everything set back up. It's the only annoying thing is it takes it off of Twitter whenever that goes down. Everything else stays running, but Twitter instantly shuts off. They'll be back in a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. Had a bit of a stream crash. Again, trying to go off of hotspots. Hurricane has took out all of the internet. But so sorry, Twitter crowd, as y'all get back in here. There they come, starting to get back in now. Sorry, Twitter crowd. Stream crashed. If for whatever reason, Twitter's the only one that instantly shuts off. So there's going to be a flag. False start on Kansas City. That's going to back them up to their own 30-yard line now.
Justin Fields struggled in the first half, but had a great second half and almost came back.
Yeah, Steelers not quite able to. But how about Joe Flacco filling in for Anthony Richardson?
Played well.
Played really well. Michael Pittman had one of his best games of the season as well. Finally getting some production out of him. He's on my fantasy team. Nice to see him finally getting something done. As the Twitter crowd getting back in here. There was a lot of viewers we lost. It's Ryan, Kenny, appreciate you hopping in, man. What's going on? Who you cheering for today? What's your NFL team? Let us know. Let us know who you got. It's Kareem Hunt in the football game here for the Chiefs today. He's fired up to be in here.
I had no idea that he was back.
He was on the practice squad. Yeah, last week he was on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Practice squad. Led the NFL in rush yards as a rookie with Kansas City back in 2017. Him and Zeke back with their old teams as Kelsey gets the screen, runs a man over, gets about 4, maybe 5. Bring up a third down and short.
Tampa Bay still lining it up with Baker Mayfield at the quarterback position. The Eagles, Nick Sirianni, for being a Super Bowl appearance coach just a couple of years ago, starting to be on the hot seat there with a lot of Eagles fans.
They're never going to win with that guy. As Travis Kelce on that last catch just passed Tony Gonzalez for the most in Chiefs history, 917 receptions for him. What a career he's had. It's Mahomes on 3rd and 2, looks to the air and straight through his receiver's hands. Incomplete. Sky Moore couldn't haul that one in. Chiefs got off the punt.
That's bad. It's not what you want.
Not at all.
Well, here's the question. Who had the better catch last night, Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams?
I'll tell you who had the best catch was that guy from Minnesota. That was the best catch of the week against Michigan. I don't know how he caught that football.
I don't know either. I don't know how he made it through the ground.
I don't either. To catch that football off the helmet of the Michigan guy around him, it's a great punt from Araza is going to pin the Chargers back at the 5. How in the world we let the Chiefs get a hold of this guy too is just insane.
Yeah.
But I think if I had to pick between the two, I would say Ryan Williams had the better catch just because of the situation that it was. to make the catch, the situation. You go over the defender, made the catch with the situation. Then you get the spin move that makes the two guys run into each other. That was a heck of a – but don't get me wrong, not downgrade Jeremiah Smith, his catch either. That was an insane catch from him as well. Excellent catch from him
actually had
as well.
two insane catches.
Both of them had two.
Plays.
Yeah, both of them had two in that game, in their games. Those are the two best freshman receivers in the country right now. It's not even close. And they're up there in the top 5 to 7 best receivers just in the country in general. They're playing just absolutely great. And
their stats are basically the exact same too.
Yeah, they've been basically the exact same stats as well. Those guys are going to light it up for the rest of this year and the next 2 years as well. As Beautiful Bearded Bastards gets in, how you doing, man? Make sure you guys go subscribe to them. Some great stuff over there. Huge fan of their show. Good friends of the show as well. So make sure you guys go check them out and subscribe to them over there. Glad to see them in the stream with us.
I will say, most of the people talking about Jeremiah Smith's catch, most of them were mainly talking about, the touchdown catch from Devin Brown to Jeremiah Smith and all that one-hander. But arguably the one where he went up in double coverage was probably better than his second one. But
probably so. I would say so.
No, the only thing is I know people say Ryan Williams is better than Jeremiah Smith, but if you look at it from the aspect of deep threat, yes, he's better. But other than that, I don't really see it.
I don't know. I'll say they have similar numbers, but remember, Ryan Smith has also played 2 better defenses. Or not Ryan Smith, Ryan Williams. Combined them there. He's
well,
played
also he has a better quarterback.
2 better defense. That's debatable. In terms of passing, that's debatable.
And also,
Will Howard is just as good of a passer as Jalen Milroe is. I think Jalen Milroe is better, but because of I think the run game is what makes him better. In terms of just pure passer, I would say they're about the same. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I think passing wise,
Milroe isn't the greatest passer.
I will say I like Milroe a little bit more passing wise, but not by like a significant.
No.
Well, if you look at it from a standpoint of overall at the moment, based on teams I played, yes, it's Ryan Williams. But if you look at it, future-wise, with obviously next year and 2 years down the road and all that, you would think it would be Jeremiah Smith.
Possibly, but we'll see.
It'll be debatable. I think another thing that makes Williams most impressive is he's the main threat on his team. If you look at Ohio State, they got Judkins in the backfield. They also have a Buka receiver. I think that's what makes it even more impressive for Williams is just the fact that they don't have anybody. They don't have any just elite guys other than him.
Well,
don't get me wrong. They have good players around that team but they don't have anybody on the level of Ibuka or Judkins.
He's basically Jamison Williams 2.0.
Chargers going to have to punt. They couldn't get the first down. Tried to give it up the middle to Dobbins. He didn't get it.
Just terrible inside pressure there as the Chargers just didn't make their blocking assignments.
Which it was actually the corner from coming off the edge that got to him. Watson made the hit.
Well, also, if you really want to be honest, the other aspect is Ryan Williams has racked up most of his yards on deep balls to where, not saying he's not good besides the deep game, but to where Jeremiah Smith hasn't racked up all his yards mostly on deep balls either.
I think that helps Ryan Williams more, though. The fact that he is able to get deep and make those plays.
I will say the one advantage that Jeremiah Smith will always have over Williams is when you throw a jump ball to Jeremiah Smith, it's not a 50-50 ball. It's more like a 75-25 ball, depending on how tall the corner is.
I'm not picking between either one of them, but I don't see that point either. I mean, Ryan Williams had 2 insane contested catches last week or yesterday against Georgia. Like both of his passes, he went right over the defender and just took – and honestly, the one that he scored to give him the game-winning pass should have been the DB's ball. And he went over the top of him and took it off his chest.
Well, that one catch that he had before that catch to win that game was against Malachi Starks, but if I'm remembering correctly. The one where he tipped it around him and then somehow caught it?
Yeah. Yeah, that he went over Starks there. It was probably one of the best. He's up there for best safety in the country.
Yeah.
I think your guy Caleb Downs might be the only guy that's better than him.
Hey, give some respect to Xavier Watts there.
I would have him in the conversation, but I think Starks and Downs are better.
I don't know.
I know you don't. You're a Notre Dame fan.
Let's be honest. Hey, Watts, guess who won the award for the best defensive back in football last year? Because it wasn't Downs or Starks. It was Watts.
That was
because of turnovers.
Which is a lot of right place, right time. It has nothing to do with skill for the most part.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you look at all those turnovers that he had, it wasn't just right place, right time. You can see that he had instincts and stuff like that.
Did you see Jeremiah Smith's interview from last night after the game?
No, I did not.
When he got asked about the one-handed touchdown catch when Devin Brown threw it to him when it was almost out of his reach, he just nonchalantly says, "I had to make my QB look good."
Yeah, he's a good wide receiver. That definitely helps a quarterback like Will Howard.
Yeah, well, if I'm being honest, Xavier Watts is more of a slot corner than he even is a safety.
Huh? What do you mean?
He plays corner better than he plays safety.
Notre Dame doesn't play him at corner. Notre Dame's never played him at corner.
Three of his interceptions last year, he was one-on-one with a wide receiver.
Yeah, because he plays free safety and Notre Dame generally blitzes, so cover one, he gets put on a lot of guys. That's not playing corner. That's just him playing free safety center fielder. And I don't know if I get your point there. Him being a good defensive back one-on-one is helpful to the argument.
3rd and 1, and the Chiefs got it. I don't know what the Chargers are talking about 4th down. 25 for the Chargers is holding up his fist like it's 4th down, and the running back's laying 3 yards past the first down marker.
Dude, may want to look at that one more time. But the Vikings. The Vikings have been incredible this season. Sam Darnold looking fantastic. Aaron Jones had himself a day as well. What are your thoughts on the Vikings the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings, they looked good. They looked good, and it's something that is just hard to believe. Hard to believe that they've been this good with Sam Darnold at quarterback. I don't think anybody would have saw that coming. But it shows, give these guys other opportunities, because when you put them in bad situations,
specifically good coaching.
Yeah, when you put them in with good coaching and the other players around them, they look a whole lot better.
Yeah.
A whole lot better. And that's something that a lot of other teams need to take note of around the league. Is seeing that.
Between him, Mayfield, Watson before and after the fact, the Jaguars ended up losing. So the Jaguars are now 0-4, heading to Chicago next. Or no, I'm sorry. Bears play the Panthers and then the Jags. Panthers got to play the Colts next week. Who wins that game, Flacco or Lawrence? Lawrence is.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. It's P. Ryan, my man, with the first down on 3rd and 3, about a 7-yard run there.
So here's my question: is this when it comes to this Jags team? How long of a leash does Doug Peterson have? Like, if he keeps stacking up losses, obviously next week he could get a win and end the losing streak. But what if he loses to the Colts and the Bears, who are two of the easier teams relatively on their schedule? I still think both of the teams are better than the Jags. But if you're losing 2 more games, you're 0-6. You're starting to fall into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something, it'll definitely be worth watching for sure. I mean, I think he's going to stay. I don't think they fire him. I think he's done a good job. I think the hardest – and I don't think Trevor Lawrence has been bad. Obviously hasn't been good. I don't think he's been terrible either. I think they got to get that offensive line fixed, and they got to do something about this defense because this defense just is not getting better. They're just not getting any better.
Yeah, I don't know. I will also say this. Trevor Lawrence has been a pretty large disappointment for who he was coming into the draft and everything like that. I think that part of it is outside of Trevor's control, but at the end of the day, this dude was looked upon to be the next Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning or John Elway, and he's just not even close to it.
I think a lot of it has to do with this. I mean, you look, his rookie year, basically you can't even hold against him because of just – I mean, he's with Urban Meyer. All this stuff around that happened was – I mean, what's the man supposed to do? Then you throw in just the terrible defense. I think he's been solid.
Well, I just don't think he's anywhere near where he should be.
No, I agree. I agree.
I'm not saying he's terrible. He's not like terrible. I'm just saying like, especially and including even the contract he's gotten. The contract that he got is just crazy. In my opinion, like I get it. Like you don't want to lose your franchise quarterback because you spent the #1 overall pick on him. But I don't know what you do. Is Matt Ariser a beautiful kick
down to the 1?
Yeah, I think
the half-yard line.
Yeah, they're a spot at the 1-yard line. So the Chargers once again defensively just stopping Mahomes, and the Chargers offense has sputtered. So we'll see if they get anything going as we go to a quick timeout here.
Yep, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. All right, so we are back. Cody, man, appreciate you hopping in. Good to see you in here, man. On first down, the Chargers going to pick up a yard. That's about it.
Just a heads up, if I'm not talking much, it's because I can't see the game right now.
Oh, no, you're good. You're all good, man. I know I know it's a little hard for you. You gotta figure out how to get the streams going and stuff. I know they take them down, so you're all good. You're all good. All good on that one. A 2nd and 9 for the Chargers. Herbert going to look to throw, and there's going to be a flag, false start on the Chargers. It's going to back them up to the 1.5 yard line.
Score update here. Browns Raiders tied at 10, 2:55 till half.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be an interesting one to keep a watch on.
Browns were ahead 10-0 at one point, then they blew it.
Yeah. Yeah, Cody, we all gave our thoughts on it earlier. We all, I think maybe Michael might have disagreed, but I know me and the football expert, we all agreed with Bama being one.
I don't dislike it, and I don't like it either. I'm kind of mixed on it is what I would put it as of right now. Even though, obviously these rankings don't really matter, but
as Herbert going deep overthrows Quentin Johnson on 2nd and 10, it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now.
they moved the CFP rankings to week 9 this year.
Really?
Because they added the extra week to the season.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
So they'll be after week 9 this year will be the first CFP rankings.
Okay.
So that would be, if I'm not mistaken, that would be the week after Ohio State played Penn State.
I think so. As McDuffie nails Herbert in the end zone as he gets the pass, McDuffie hit him in the end zone as he got the pass off. It'll be incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 10. I would imagine the Chiefs coming after this one.
Yep.
As the Chargers are punting this one away from their own 1 yard line.
I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Scott gets the punt off as it bounces around, and the Chiefs miss an opportunity to get a decent return as Hardman couldn't get there to catch it. As the Chiefs will take over about their own 48-yard line, 46-yard line to be exact. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you real quick. Cody, yeah, I think Alabama can beat Tennessee. I think they'll beat them by 10+. as a huge pass down the field on the first play for the Chiefs is going to be a touchdown to Xavier Worthy. There was a flag down. We'll see what it is. I doubt it's coming back because this is the Chiefs who just scored. Yeah, which, again, that was the right – we were just joking. The pass interference was the right call. The DB never turned around. It was the right call, 100% on that one.
Xavier, you can't play outside leverage.
I see. He just starts
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah,
and then just let him blow by you.
Yeah, see, that was a good call. He's tackling Worthy before he even has the ball.
First 50. How is that possible?
Yeah, well, because he hasn't had Tyreek Hill.
That is true, but he has Xavier Worthy now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on college football yesterday with all that went down, the wins from Bama, the wins from Notre Dame, the wins from Michigan barely. They're struggling again. USC coming back against Wisconsin. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game or a fun weekend for sure. A lot of good games. I'm trying to – I mean, the Bama-Georgia game was just insane. Didn't get a chance to watch all of that one. I did happen to get back out to the tailgate after the Clemson game to see Georgia's touchdown to retake the lead or to take the lead, and then to see Bama go take it right back. So it was fun, that's for sure. It was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of fun to watch, but you know, I think that it was one of those things that you look at what would you say? I would say this was probably the best week maybe that we've had of college football.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the matchups and you look at the close games, yeah, it's definitely up there. You know, it was definitely up there. Great game that we had with Bama, Georgia. Just a lot of good games. Wish I had a chance to watch more, but we were tailgating. I mean, you have the upsets as well. Kentucky beat Ole Miss. That was a good one. As Ole Miss proves that all the hype that they had was nothing.
Do you think that Alabama can beat Tennessee? Can they? Oh, 100% sure. There's a reason why they're the number one team in the country. Will they? I don't think that they do, just for the simple reason that I don't think that Alabama beats Tennessee this year at Neyland. But could they? Yeah, 100%.
As another false start here for the Chargers is going to back them up 1st and 15 now. I'm pulling it up now to see what their penalties are. 5 penalties for 36 yards for the Chargers. The penalties have killed them. The penalties have been what kills them.
They're just drive killers.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Without those penalties, because the Kansas City Chiefs have 2 turnovers, but with those penalties that you've had, it outbalances you not having any turnovers. As you about throw an interception there. How in the world Watson dropped that one, I have no idea, but I guess that's why he's on defense. I mean, Herbert threw it straight to him. Miscommunication there with Johnson, and Herbert threw it straight to Watson. I don't know how he dropped the interception.
If he did a stop and go, he would have had a touchdown.
Yeah.
It looks like that's what he was running.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was an option route, and Herbert thought he was going inside and just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, no idea what they were trying to do there, but didn't work out. Oh, I guess it did, you could say, work out good for him considering the pick was dropped. As 2nd and 15, Herbert just has to slide down. This offensive line has played terrible in this game.
Well, no Joe
3 or 4 false starts. I believe Slater and Joe Alt are out.
Yep. I was about to say Slater.
Both tackles out for him. A bunch of false starts. They can't get a run game going. I feel like I've been saying this over and over. 3rd and 17 now for the Chargers.
Yeah, and no starting center. I forget who it is, but Sam Musper is not starting center. That's going to be a
Herbert's
sack.
going to be sacked. A flag on the play, probably for a hold.
Yeah. Maybe illegal hands to the face, but I don't think so.
As Chris Jones got there and put him on the ground.
Yeah, maybe something on the Chiefs. The Chargers still waiting on the field offensively. Oh, never mind.
So maybe an offside.
Browns and Raiders are still tied.
Face mask, was it? I'm surprised they didn't call it hands to the face. I don't know if there's a difference that I didn't know.
I think they were showing Chris Jones there. Oh, there's the face mask. Yeah, he was. That's what I was.
Definitely face
that's
mask.
what I would assume is the face mask would
be grab.
Yeah, if he got beat with the face mask. So
instead of hands to the face, would have just
down to the 24-yard line is where Kansas City will take over with 3:12 to go in the game. Excuse me, in the first half.
Quick question. Regarding, I know this is a couple days away yet, but probably have to wait a couple days to hear about this. But regarding Tuesday, what's the plan for that?
I'll be good to go for Tuesday. Should be.
Okay. I was just checking because.
Yeah, I should be good for Tuesday. I mean, I'll probably won't have power back at my house for a month, but I'll be able to figure something out. As the pass on first down from Mahomes is batted by the DN, and he about caught his own throw. Probably a good thing he didn't. They would have lost more yards.
Is it even legal to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, Lamar Jackson did it. I forget when he did it, but he caught it and then ran for like 7 yards, got a first down.
Oh, yeah. Because technically I know that the offensive linemen, if they catch it, they're automatically down. Means they're ineligible wide receivers.
I think anybody can catch it off of a deflection.
I don't know if they can because the rest – I have seen it called that if the you're going to get a holding here.
Yeah, going to be a hold back to Chiefs up.
Because I have seen offensive linemen both in college and in the professionals where they've caught it and then you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Juwan Taylor looking like, how is he possibly getting a flag? Well, when you hold outside the shoulder pads like that, that's definitely a flag right in front of the official. The Niners putting an end to the winning streak that the Patriots have had. A good start off of the season for the Patriots, but Niners pounding it into them 20-3. So now a big time of distance here for the Chiefs. They're going to get a good chunk of it back, not all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, but a good chunk, probably 8 or 9 yards. Oh, actually back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. Kareem Hunt on the carry.
Yeah, they gave him an extra yard or two there.
He's got 5 carries for 25 yards in this one. I mean, he seems like a good doable back to have with Pacheco injured.
Yeah.
Seems to be a good guy running it for him with Pacheco out.
Yeah, we'll see if they improve here on the line of scrimmage.
Did you see? Did you guys see Will Howard's interception last night?
I didn't. I didn't watch any of the Ohio State game. I just saw a few highlights of mostly Jeremiah Smith, but I didn't watch the full game.
Okay, this is how dumb he is. He must have the IQ of 1. Because it's 3rd and 4. Ohio State was up 10-0 at this point. It was late first. It was only second. You just forced a fumble, and they were driving. It was 3rd and 4 around their own 40, 45-yard line. Michigan State come with a blitz. Will Howard just shots it into double coverage, and it's picked off. I mean, there's no player within 10 yards of where he threw the ball. Just take the second punt.
Gosh. Yeah, no, I didn't catch it.
And that's the only reason Michigan State even scored last night.
Yeah.
The Michigan State, they're terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that you got to do if you're Jonathan Smith.
Aiden Childs has thrown 8 interceptions already this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe him and Garcia were tied him and Jake Garcia from East Carolina were tied for the most in the country. I don't know if Garcia threw one yesterday or not. I know they beat UTSA.
UTSA's had a drop off since kind of 2021, 2022. So we'll see whether they are able to get it back together here. Who do you think is the team to join the Pac-12, that 18?
I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be. I know they had mentioned Tulane, Memphis, and one other. I think it was UTSA.
Yeah.
They declined. Because honestly, I mean, the American's a better conference than what the Pac-12 will be, even with these new schools.
Yeah.
South Dakota State.
I think that they're about equal. I think the American has a better roster because they just have more teams, but I think they're about equal generally.
What about South Dakota State?
I think North Dakota State and South Dakota State are kind of a package deal, but yeah, I do. I think that Montana State would be the first to go, though.
Yeah.
It just geographically makes more sense. And just makes more sense because they're because North Dakota State's in the Summit, and they don't really want to leave all their other sports from the Summit League.
In the 2-minute warning, Mahomes looking over the middle. He finds Kelsey on 3rd and 10 for the first down up to their own 44.
Deshaun ain't looking too bad.
Clock ticking, but Kansas City with 3 timeouts, so not a whole lot to worry about.
At halftime, Deshaun's 14 to 17, 87 yards, a touchdown, no picks.
Yeah, Deshaun looking good so far this game. As Noah Gray with the catch for a gain of 6.
But Jerry Jeudy has 47 of those receiving yards.
Kelsey in the middle of the field here again.
They'll find Gray again for 2 yards. For 3. Bring up a 3rd and 1.
It looks like they may have had Kelsey open in the middle of the field. I'm surprised they didn't take a shot.
Well, Mahomes was getting a little bit of pressure. Tried to move. He was moving to his left.
Yeah.
Pass to Gray was a little bit easier, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do you like the no call of a timeout here? If you don't want to call a timeout and then miss it and give it back.
Yeah, exactly. 3rd and 1. They're going to call one now.
I don't know.
Or the Chargers call a timeout. Okay.
Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
I don't know what he's upset about.
Look like he's saying they snapped the ball.
What do you guys think about the controversial call on the Virginia Tech Hail Mary?
I think it was the right call when you watch the replay angles. He didn't have possession of the football when he landed on the ground, and then a Miami guy who was out of bounds. It was just a live football. A Miami guy who's out of bounds grabs the ball, touches the ball, and that makes it an incomplete pass.
In my opinion, I think it just shouldn't have been overturned. I just think that there wasn't indisputable evidence one way or another, just in my opinion. But I just think that there was poor officiating that led up to that point that kind of led to that.
I think the worst call through all of it was the fact it was called a touchdown on the field.
Yeah.
But when the referees got over there, the Miami guy had the ball in his hands.
Yeah, Miami thought that they had won, and then Virginia Tech's like, wait a second, he just put up touchdown. And everybody's like, wait a second, what's going on?
As P-Ron picks up the first down for the Chiefs, and Kansas City will call their first timeout.
Huge game on Sunday Night Football tonight.
Yep, Ravens-Bills. That'll be a good one. I've got the Bills winning it. They're not favored in the game, but I have them winning the football game. I think the Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite, 2-point favorite, something like that. But I've got Buffalo winning. I mean, Josh Allen looks comfortable. He's having fun. Just looks relaxed.
There should be a holding call there on that, but I was going to get away.
But that would back the Chiefs up too far.
Yeah, that would make it a little bit too difficult. I always don't get how Patrick Mahomes walks. It looks like he's speed walking and not, and running and not, but it's kind of funny. I guess that's how Dylan Raiola will be in the NFL.
Yeah. A 2nd and 10 now for the Chiefs. 38 seconds to go. They got 2 timeouts left. Mahomes dropping back to pass. Got a man open. That's Gray, and he's going to get out of bounds after pickup of 7 yards and flag down. This one might be a hold coming back.
You know what's the funny thing about that Dylan Raiola situation? Alone from him trying to cosplay as Patrick Mahomes, as people say, it looks like, at least, his Dylan Raiola's brother looks like Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, he looks like Jackson Mahomes. This is going to be 2nd and 20 for the Chiefs now. With 32 seconds to go in the half, they still have 2 timeouts, but they're going to be backed up to their own 43 now.
Yeah, it's going to make it difficult.
Secretly related or something.
Yeah, you got to get in field goal range here. I will say this: the rush of the Chiefs the rush of the Chargers against this Chiefs offensive line has been a struggle for the Chiefs throughout this game. They've gotten that.
Yeah, as a 2nd and 20 pass is incomplete, it'll bring up a 3rd down now, as there are, I believe, 28 seconds to go in the game.
Okay. Let's see.
The Chargers have 2 total yards this quarter. That's crazy.
After 101 in the first quarter. As
Mahomes
is going to find Justin Watson over the middle. They'll be a little bit short of the field goal target line on the screen. It'll bring up 4th down. I'd imagine they're going to let this one tick all the way down.
64-yard kick.
Call me crazy, but going back to the Jeremiah Smith topic and all that about the NFL draft and all that, if Williams, I can't remember his name, Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith both went to the draft this year, they're probably top 5, top 10 picks.
I don't know if they're top 5, top 10 picks, but I do think that they're 2 of the top wide receivers. I think they're probably the 2 top wide receivers taken off the board. I just don't know if the wide receiver position is that valuable this draft season. I don't know.
I think McMillan from Arizona would go over both of them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And honestly, Travis Hunter probably would, even though
he's
probably
whatever position you want to consider him. Yeah. He would. I think those 2 would be ahead of him, but then those 2 would go.
65-yarder. What's the NFL record?
66 from Tucker, or 67 from Tucker.
67.
Remember, we were watching that game, and we were playing each other in fantasy that weekend. Tucker won it for me. As a 65-yarder from Bucker is
good.
Nope, just short.
Oh, okay. What did that hit off of the upright?
Just short. I don't think it hit off anything.
Probably hit off the crossbar.
Oh yeah, that just barely missed. Oh,
that was just short. Just short.
Yeah, just barely. Huh, that's
so 10-7 as we go to the half here. Chargers on top. We're going to take a quick break for halftime, and we'll be right back with you guys for the start of the 3rd quarter. All right, so we're back from break. Sorry, we're a little bit late getting back. The Chargers go down the field, but miss a 55-yard field goal. It was wide right. Dicker. They talked about how automatic he was. Not automatic on that one, as he missed it from 55 out. Had plenty of distance, just pushed it right. So, yeah, the Chiefs are going to take over now at their own 37-yard line. As we run through the stats, Herbert 10 of 16, 115 yards and a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, the leading rusher, 9 carries for 27 yards. Ladd McConkey, 5 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. He's been the leading receiver so far here for the Chargers. Then on the flip side, Travis Kelce, the leading receiver for the Chiefs, 5 catches, 74 yards. Great to see him getting some action and having a good game. Kareem Hunt leads them on the ground, 5 carries, 25 yards. Been a while since we've heard that. Is Kareem Hunt the leading rusher for the Chiefs? And then Patrick Mahomes, 11 of 17, 149 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. That's where we sit right now. You look at these teams in the AFC West. Kansas City 3-0. The Chargers at 2-1. Denver dropped to 2-2, or improved to 2-2 today. After they beat the Jets. I believe final score in that one was 10-9.
Correct. Yeah.
And the Raiders are 1-2 right now. They are currently playing the Browns, and they are up 13-10 with the football near midfield here.
Yeah, Deshaun just threw a pick.
Yeah, Deshaun had a good start to that game, but kind of
It wasn't even his fault. Threw it right to Cooper's chest, and Cooper, perfect throw, right to the number. Cooper just pokes it up in the air, and they intercept it. Couldn't have it any better.
Deshaun's been getting a lot of crap. Don't get me wrong. He hasn't played very good. But some of these interceptions that they're talking about with these interception numbers, some of them are not his fault. Like, not only that, there was the game against the Cowboys. He threw a perfect pass to Amari Cooper deep and go straight through the dude's hands. Yeah. For a touchdown.
That's what Amari Cooper basically did now. Deshaun had time. They were driving. They were on the 40 or 45. Their own. Throws a perfect pass, laser right to his chest, right in the numbers. Cooper drops it. It goes flying like 3 feet up in the air, and the Raiders intercept it. Right off Cooper's chest.
Yeah. Well, Kansas City now, they're on 45, taking over 1st and 10. Hand off. This is Kareem Hunt. He's going to pick up about 4. Get it up to the 49-yard line.
I will say this: the run game for the the Chiefs has been secretly effective against this Chargers team. We'll see if it continues to play a factor here, as I think the Chiefs just need to play some small things down the field and then just take shot plays.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
To Xavier Worthy, like as they're showing, just chunks in the run game and then find Worthy. Who I feel like should be used more as a threat than he actually has been this season.
As James McCray, I see your comment. Ohio State should not be number 1. They should be. They're a good team. They can be eventually number 1, but not right now. They haven't played anybody. You can't put them.
I'm an Ohio State fan and always been agree with what he just said.
Yeah, Alabama has a win over Georgia. Texas has a win over Michigan on the road. Like, those are the 2 best wins in the country. You can't put Ohio State above that. They haven't beaten anybody. But I mean, once they play Oregon, then we can talk. But as of right now, I mean, you haven't played anybody.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they've played what, 1 Power 4 team? And that was Michigan State? Yeah. Yep. Who's terrible.
Michigan State's worse than a lot of a lot of Group of 5 teams.
I mean, yeah, FAU about beat Michigan State on their own field, and FAU's not a good Group of 5 school.
No, it's
so
not like they're
don't get me wrong.
State.
Ohio State's a good team. They have a very good shot at winning the national championship, but they should not be ranked number 1 right now.
Who do you think, if you had to put like money on it, who do you think is going to make the playoff for the Group of 5? My pick, I'll say this. I'll go first and say Boise State's my pick.
I think that's who everybody's pick would. I think before the drama, I think it would have been UNLV.
Yeah.
But I think now
UNLV beat the living crap out of Fresno State, though.
They still may be it, but
that meme of the agent. I forget what scene it was, but it was from I think some mob movie of like the agent for Matthew Saluka was not happy watching the UNLV game.
No.
So,
but yeah, I think that the biggest thing when you look is, yeah, I was about to say 74 was offsides. I mean, excuse me, false start. They were late to call it.
Jawan Taylor has just been – that's his third false start, right?
I don't think so.
He had
Touchdown Raiders.
First half.
I think it's the second. Yeah, I think it's the second.
They just took the 10-point lead.
Touchdown Raiders. So it's
Yep,
what, 20?
unless it gets overturned because it was
20
close.
to 10 now?
Oh, third.
Well, I have the – oh, okay. I must have missed the other one. I have the under 40.5 in that game, so hopefully the score will
It's
stop.
not looking good.
It's
not
still the
looking
Raiders
terrible.
and Browns we're
That
talking
is true.
about.
That is true.
Neither team has an offense. As Mahomes rolling out, going to throw it back across the middle, and that was a dangerous pass looking for Justin Watson.
He is Patrick Mahomes, but you got to know better there.
Yeah,
Throwing it across your body when there's a defender that close.
I mean, and it was honestly though, it was a dangerous throw because Watson didn't really try and fight for the football.
He also didn't have his feet set whatsoever. Like he was just kind of like lofting it.
But
like if it was a bullet,
I think the reason it turned dangerous pass is because Justin Watson did not fight for body position at all. He just kind of let Fulton come around.
In my opinion, shot play here.
Never mind, it got overturned.
Well, he's going to find Watson over the middle. We'll see what they rule that.
It looked like a catch.
It looked like a catch. Yeah, it was kind of hard to see. They're going to call it a catch on the field. As here's the replay. That's a catch. Yeah, that's a catch all day. He still has his hand under the football right here.
3rd and 9.
That's a catch.
I didn't know if it had moved around there when he had turned his body.
Which from that camera angle, it didn't look like it moved. But on the other camera angle, it looked like it moved. I mean, he still had his hand under the ball,
but if he used the ground to assist him in any way,
they overturned it. It's not a touchdown.
Well, that's even better for me.
Well, here's the thing: they overturn it, so it's 3rd and 9. So the Browns give up an 18-yard run right up the middle on 3rd and 9.
Browns football for you.
Yeah.
As the Chiefs going to have to burn a timeout as the play clock is ticking down and running out. Who?
I think they're challenging
Harbaugh challenged it, and he's going to lose the timeout on that one.
Yeah, that's
he's
not a good challenge.
He's going to lose the timeout on that one.
I don't dislike the challenge call. It's
yeah,
third
now the Raiders are in. This time it'll stand. Raiders touchdown.
I mean, he has that
there's
right
no
hand
ball
underneath the ball the
movement.
entire time.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, that's a catch all day long.
And this is why I don't watch the Browns.
I don't blame you, man. We're going to take a quick break while they go to replay. The catch is going to stand, so we'll be back with you guys in just a minute. All right, so the call stands on the field. 1st and 10. Mahomes looking.
Oh, this is the dangerous Mahomes.
Going to dump it off. He had Steele open and he missed him. He would have had a first down.
Yeah, a bad throw there by Mahomes. Mahomes has been kind of off a little bit this game. He really has not looked good.
Not
The
at all.
interception was entirely his fault and a terrible throw.
We say that, but he's still over 60% completion.
Well, yeah, but in the NFL, 60 isn't like a.
Well, he's
Like,
at like
yeah.
64.
Yeah.
14 to 22, just
What
under
is-
66. 14 to 21 would be 66, so he's
Yeah.
just under it.
63, yeah.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to dump this one off to Kareem Hunt. He's going to pick up about 5. He
Wow.
trying to point down
Yeah.
here. He stepped out way down there.
Yeah.
Oh, is the ref moving up?
That better not be a first
No.
down because he was out at
But
least
yeah.
2 yards.
Yeah. No, he was out before then. Before he.
Well, yeah, it looks like he tiptoed out, but I could not tell until at least 2 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he was out after about a pickup of
Okay.
5. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, he was out earlier than that, but whatever. So 7:30 left. The rush attack has kind of gone quiet, and in my opinion, that's kind of not a good idea for Kansas City.
P-run in the game for the Chiefs
Uh-oh.
is Mahomes pressured. He's going to run, and he's going to get halfway there.
Yeah, about a yard and a half, but nowhere close.
He had P-run wide open down here at the bottom of the screen, slipping out of the backfield.
That's just
Which also the camera angles are hard to see too. That's what I hate about how zoomed in it is. You can't see where the safeties are, or where really virtually any defender is in the back. You can't see the routes the wide receivers run, anything.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, he had him open.
He had Watson wide open in the end zone. He just couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, bad.
Browns are driving again. They're at their own 40.
4th and 1, Bucker on for a field goal. 0 for 1 on the day, but the one he missed was 65 yards. They better snap it. There we go. 37-yarder, drilled it. So tie ball game here with 6.5 to go in the 3rd.
So Chargers have sputtered since that first quarter start. 10 points off those 2 turnovers. Haven't gotten anything yet as we head into a quick commercial break.
We'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. So we are back here
They
as
gave up their
Kansas City
sixth sack
kicks
of the game.
off, and it's going to be back for a touchback. So the Chargers will take over at their own 30-yard line.
Browns just gave up their sixth sack of the game, and they're only in the third.
Sounds like the Bears' offensive line got to Cleveland.
Well, that game can score 10 more points. I don't care who scores them, but no more than that.
Oh, trust me, it ain't going to be the Browns.
Yeah, I didn't assume so.
When you're at your own 40, then you have an illegal shift, then you get sacked for 8 yards, then you get a 3-yard gain, and then you get sacked for negative 11 yards.
Yep. Which gives you, 4th and 22, isn't it?
They had negative 7 yards for an entire half last week. That's crazy.
As my man Josh Palmer up past the 50-yard line on that catch.
Oh, yeah, the guy that you had from the draft a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I liked him. He hasn't been bad. I mean, he hasn't been elite in the NFL, but he's been a solid NFL wide receiver.
I will admit that
Aaron Williams has been great.
Yeah,
I will say this Browns team does just not feel the same as last year's team.
I'll just say it for you. They suck. They can't get an offense going, and without that, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's how it was with Clemson against Georgia week 1. The defense held up in the first half, but eventually the defense is going to tire out if the offense can't sustain drives. That's the problem the Browns have had all year. That defense is good for the most part. The problem is that the offense just can't sustain drives. Now, they had trouble with the Cowboys week 1, but they can't sustain drives, and the defense is tiring out.
Well, another issue is that Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski can't develop an offense. And part of that is I could pick a wide receiver better than Andrew Berry could.
Yeah, Chargers and shotgun here with Herbert.
I mean,
Fullback is left. Blast up the middle. Gus Edwards almost got a first down, and they're going to be about a half-yard short.
I mean, literally, the best wide receiver Andrew Berry has picked in his 5 years at Cleveland is David Bell.
Yeah, they've struggled there at the wide receiver position. So
A kindergartner could pick a better wide receiver than Andrew Berry.
yeah, man, Drew Tranquil's been in the league for 6 years. Man, it makes
Gosh,
you feel old.
yeah.
I remember him playing at Notre Dame like it was yesterday.
As the Chargers are going to QB sneak it and have a first down.
Yeah, that's about the only reason I draft TJ Uiagalelei.
Yeah, he'd be a unit on QB sneaks. That's about it.
Riley Leonard's been pretty good on QB sneaks. Otherwise, I think we need a bench.
That's the thing is the huge quarterbacks and the super small quarterbacks work great for it.
Yeah.
The in-between size, not so much.
Well,
because
Leonard is
like-
kind of a big quarterback more than small. He's 6'4", 200.
I mean,
Yeah,
he looks super small on the screen.
he was an elite He's an elite basketball player. Well, elite basketball player. He was a 3-star basketball player.
Like he looked like when you watch him on TV, he looks about 6 foot 185.
No,
It's kind of like Cade Klubnik. Like you wouldn't expect a dude to be 6'2", like 215.
yeah.
When you look at him on TV, he looks like he's like 5'10".
Well, Cade Klubnik feels like he's a track star tracking down players sometimes. 6'4", 216 pounds. is
Gosh,
his official
yeah.
height.
When you watch him on TV, the dude looks like he's barely 6 foot. Like he looks like the kind of guy that they list as 6 foot, but he's really like 5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy he looks like on TV.
A run up the middle stuff there that ball was blown
Yeah.
like 5 seconds ago, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He just wasted energy doing that. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, 25 for 28, 206, a touchdown and interception.
And
a
he
rushing touchdown.
also ran for a 9-yard touchdown.
To be fair, if he has 25 completions for 206 yards, that probably means that everything is within the line of scrimmage. But, hey, you hit your passes, who cares? as the Chargers driving here, 3rd and 6 once again.
I mean, he's averaging 7.4 yards a throw, so
but
which isn't bad.
That's low compared to like some. As Palmer,
Well, look at Kyler Murray's 6.5. You know.
Yeah, but
like
Kyler's struggling.
No, yeah, I know. I'm like he's better than the opposition. And on the ground, 8 carries for 47 yards, a touchdown. He's been good. But yeah, the longest completion they had is 17 yards in the game for Washington.
Yeah,
that was the Luke McCaffrey. I drafted him in my dynasty league. I think obviously not this year, but give it a few years and he'll be a solid flex guy in fantasy, I think.
Yeah.
As my boy Josh Palmer with another catch.
Having a few ideas for Tuesday for you. I'll have to text them to you.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Send me a text of them.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Herbert and shotgun. Dobbins to his left.
McConkey
2 wide
in the
receivers.
slot.
Nobody open. Herbert finds
McConkey
his man.
Whoa. Was looking for McConkey in the end zone. That was dangerous.
Yeah,
he overthrew him there. Could have been intercepted. And honestly, that was just a terrible pass. McConkey had multiple guys on him.
Yeah, well, I hate to put it this way, but that's what happens when you get bad mechanics there. Any QB coach would be furious at Herbert for not setting his feet here, and that's the reason why.
He just had his legs kind of spread even with each other and just kind of lost it. But then again, he didn't have time to set his feet. Yeah. Probably should have just off running with that one, honestly. Could have got a few yards as the handoff here and get about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, not much happening for Edwards or Dobbins.
Edwards, 5 carries for 17 yards. Dobbins, 11 for 31.
I will say, I know everybody, going back to the college football realm of things in Ohio State, I know kind of poking at Ohio State should be number 1 again. I know a lot of people, throw shade at Ohio State for, not being able to beat Michigan every year and all that. But and obviously not being able to do anything in the playoffs, as pretty much everybody says when Ohio State gets in the playoff. Oh, well, first round exit. If you really look at it, they're obviously no shade to your favorite team, Clemson. But if you really look at it in 2019, if they get that fumble call right, Ohio State's going to the national championship against LSU, which probably would have been better.
You're getting blown out by LSU in that game, first of all. But second of all, I don't like hearing that excuse because you went on a drive at the end of the game and you had a chance to win and throw an interception.
Still, I will admit, that is a top 10 call, worst call in CFP history.
Oh, as a Clemson fan, 100% agree. He caught the football and fumbled it. 100% agree. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because LSU was winning the national championship regardless of who you put out there.
Well,
let's be fair. That Shaun Wade targeting call was kind of controversial too.
Which one?
The Shaun Wade targeting call when Ohio State was up 16-0.
Oh, that was the perfect call. He went straight into him and launched into him with his head. That was the perfect call.
So Trevor Lawrence kind of ducked into it. If you watched the replay. Not
before Wade dove. I mean, he went straight into his head. That's textbook targeting. And that's another thing, too. You bring up the fumble, but you also blew a 16-0 lead.
Well, also, that was
– the targeting call that killed him was that killed it in those playoffs was when they called targeting on James Skalski. A lot of people forget Clemson was up, I think, 14-0 in that game. And they called
against Ohio State?
Against LSU in the national championship. We were up like 14-0, 17-0, something like that. And Skalski got called for targeting, and that was the leader on the defense, and that's when it just fell apart. And it was a good call. I mean, it was targeting. He lowered his head straight into the dude. It was, again, another textbook targeting call. Perfect call. But it just killed Clemson defensively. That was their leader, the guy that was keeping them in it. And the whole team just kind of fell apart from there. Because, Clemson was up on them in that game. And the offense was looking great. And then, Skalski went out for targeting, and that blew it.
The final score of that game was 14-35, so Clemson must have been up 14-0.
Yeah, it was 14-0. They didn't score again. That just kind of took the momentum away from them, and they were never able to get it back. And LSU was just, hitting the big plays. No, the final score was it wasn't 35-14. It was 42-25. Clemson was up 17-7. That's what it was. Yeah, 17-7, and then it just fell apart for them.
Well, why I bring up that fumble is because that was towards the start of the second half, I want to say. Or it was sometime in the second half, I know that much. Because Clemson was up, it was 16-21. Or something like that. Somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure what the score was at the time, but I know Clemson was ahead. Actually, it was 21 to some. Yeah, 21. Clemson had 21. Ohio State had something. And if you look at it, that touchdown right there without the PAT gave him a 1-point lead. Obviously, we'll never know if he would have made the PAT or not. So barring the PAT, 23-21. And then if you look at it, because then Clemson would proceed to go down the field after that call got reversed the next drive, or I can't remember if that was fourth down or not, but that drive or the next drive, they would go down the field. Ohio State wouldn't score, took a bigger lead over Ohio State. Ohio State would come back, take the lead again with that huge touchdown pass to Olave, and then Clemson got the touchdown, and Ohio State threw that interception.
On 2nd and 10 for the Chargers, they get a little short pass out to Dobbins, pick up 5. Herbert, good throw there as he had a man pulling on him. Still gets it to Dobbins, be 3rd down and 5 now.
But I will say the funniest part about that was that Clemson-Ohio State game was made a football move. That was pretty much the only thing people were saying about that Ohio State-Clemson game, about that call.
I mean, they weren't wrong. He never made a football move, but it was still a fumble. It's Josh Palmer, the catch here on 3rd down. It'll bring up a 4th and 1 at the Kansas City 3 for the Chargers. Decision time here for Harbaugh. Does he take the field goal or does he go for it? 13:37 to go in the 4th quarter. I'm thinking he's going to go for it. And he's going to call a timeout.
Well, if you really look at it,
he calls a timeout. That's his 2nd timeout that he's called. So that could be critical late down in the game, as the Chargers with just 1 timeout left. And decision time here, do they call the timeout to send the offense back out there, or is he call the timeout and change his mind and send the field goal unit out? As Palmer slipped, he had a path to the end zone on that screen pass, but he slipped, and they're saying he might have had the 1st down after he slid before he was touched. It'll be close. That might be what Harbaugh called the timeout for, to see if they'll review it.
I will say quick, I know they say make a football move, but the funniest thing is they don't bring that up nowadays really much anymore when there's a, close, fumble between a pass and a catch and they overturn it or whatever. You rarely hear the announcer say needs to make a football move nowadays, even though sometimes they do say it, but not nearly as much.
Yeah. As the 4th and 1 is going to be incomplete, Herbert had to get rid of a lot of pressure. A holding call on the Chargers is going to be declined. They don't get it, so the Chiefs will take over at their own 3-yard line here with 13 and a half minutes to play.
Score update from the Browns game. It is Browns 16, Raiders 20. with a little under 14 minutes to go in the game. 14:45 to go in the fourth.
Well, hopefully nothing more than a field goal in that one, so my under bet will hit.
Oh, come on.
As we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with you guys as the Chiefs will start a drive at their own 3. All right, so we're back. Kansas City has moved the ball up to their own 15, and they're going to hand it off again with Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get up to the 21.
Little bit of a update here. Raiders were driving, but Myles Garrett came up with a huge sack on 3rd and 2.
Good, because I have him on my fantasy team. Instead of having a defense in our dynasty league, we have a D lineman, a linebacker, and a defensive back. So I have sacks and
That's
solo
his second
tackles
sack of the
for
game.
offense. Yeah, I saw he had one earlier, so that's big for me because right now it's kind of 50-50 on who's going to win between me and my opponent. So 2nd and 5 from the 20 for the Chiefs. Looks like P. Ryan in the backfield. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to get about a 3-yard run, bring up a 3rd and 2 from the 23.
Can you guys still hear me? I had to put my phone down.
Leo, the guard, good to see you in here. We got a Chiefs fan in here. Good to see you in here. Josh, good to see you pop in here as well.
Can you guys hear me still? I had to put my phone down and plug it in.
There's a 3rd and 3 now for the Chiefs. They're 4 for 6 on 3rd down conversions. today on third downs between 1 and 3 yards. Mahomes pressured a little bit, going to get out and run, pump fakes, and he's going to get the first down. What a pump fake from Mahomes. Had the man jumping, and he gets around him for a first down, and he gets a pretty good run there of 13 yards. And so the Kansas City Chiefs have the ball at their own 36 now, and be first and 10.
It's hard to cover Mahomes like that.
It is. He's not fast, but he's quick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just like he's so elusive, just always finds a way to pull something out of his bag.
I would keep running the ball with
I would
Kareem
too.
Hunt.
There goes Hunt, stiff arm, he's going to get 5-6 yards every time. As they're probably going to call this one back for a hold, though. Is Hunt a little slow to get up? He's probably just gassed, though. They've handed it to him basically the whole drive. Yeah, going to be a hold on the Chiefs, so that'll back them up to the 26, be set, first down at 20. Noah Gray get flagged.
Touchdown Browns. Your parlay's gone.
It wasn't a parlay. It was just a straight bet.
Well,
I didn't put
whatever it was. Mark Cooper, wide open walk-in touchdown.
What's the score now?
Browns are in the lead.
As they got Joey Bosa in the box, not on the field. He's out.
There's a penalty on the Browns. Never mind.
Well, we stay alive. We stay alive.
Probably not that long.
Where do they
And
have
there's
the
no
ball
hold
at?
on the Browns, yet they call a hold.
Where do they have the ball at?
I don't know, but even the announcers are saying, where's the hold?
Well, who do they say the hold was on? Oh, if that ball gets tipped.
That one got tipped, and that would have been a huge gain for the Chiefs had Khalil Mack not got a hand on that one.
Yeah.
They had Worthy set up perfectly on a screen, was wide open, just green grass in front of him. All right, so second down and 20 now from the 26-yard line for the Chiefs. Mahomes dropping the throw. Finds a way to get out and gets it to Kelsey, who was double covered, and they're going to get up to the 37-yard line, bring up a third down and 9.
Very impressive, but honestly, this Chiefs offensive line I don't know. It's also a good pass rush.
It is, and a good scheme, too, with Harbaugh.
Yeah. Especially when he has the Chiefs earbud in his head, so that also helps probably.
Yeah.
Wow, good coverage even from the Chargers on Kelsey, and just not much you can do there. 3rd and 9 here. That ball's incomplete. Great coverage there from Finley.
There's not even a hold. It's a normal block, and it was an 80-plus yard touchdown.
Good read there. Knew exactly what was going on. He could get called for holding there, wrapped him around arm-wise, but at the end of the day, good hold. All right, good play. Matt Ariza with the punt, averaging over 50 yards a punt.
That's been the biggest problem for the Chiefs. Outside of those first 2 drives where they scored points, they have nothing. The big part of it is the field position at all.
Well, the other thing is those first 2, they got it off of a fumble and then.
Well, the fumble they go like they're, but the interception more than a field.
We'll get a quick break here into the end of the fourth.
He's holding on to his arm. How are you going to catch the ball when you hold your arm like you're resting on? I guess the Raiders are the Chiefs now. That's dumb. So dumb. Oh, so flippin' dumb. And now we're just gonna drive right on down the field with the Raiders. Touchdown, game's over. So dumb. 86-yard touchdown. Holy offense. There's to hold. Martin Emerson is now down for the Browns.
So we are back. Sorry, it cut again.
Hey,
Get
will
this
anybody
up there. It's the
predict
Chiefs
today?
force a 3-and-out, and the Chargers are going to have to punt it away.
That ball get tipped. If it didn't get tipped, he was a bit early on the deflection.
Will anybody care to explain how you're supposed to
But
catch a football?
It's a good punt, and finally Hardman has a chance to return one, and he's going to get up to the 40 before he gets laid out by his own.
How are you supposed to catch a ball when both of your
yeah,
arms
hey,
are being
that
held
happens.
behind
You
your
run right
back?
into your own teammate.
Yep. Well, it's I credit his block into him.
100%. Well, we'll get a quick break here and get back for some more fourth quarter coverage.
All right, so we're back. Kansas City taking over at their own 40. Mahomes play action, avoids the sack, throws over the middle. He's got his man. That's Noah Gray down inside the 35 to the 31 of the Chargers.
Okay, so quickly here, how are you supposed to catch a ball when both your hands are being held behind your back like you're being arrested by the police?
Maybe with your face mask?
What?
Yeah. All right, well, we're back again. Kick this out again.
Nice now.
Yeah, hotspots. Don't know what's going on with it.
Browns got the ball back again. They're driving.
Where are they at?
Attempting to drive again. Jerry Jeudy has an arm held behind his back like he was like he was getting arrested by the police on 3rd and 2, incomplete, no call. And the Browns go 3-0.
So, what are your thoughts here on the Big 12? The Big 12 looks most wide open of any of the conferences. What are your thoughts on the winner? Who do you think wins? Because honestly, I have no idea.
Who knows? I mean, Kansas State. Can we go? Kansas State was a pick. They got blown out by BYU. Honestly, BYU might be the hot ticket right now.
Yeah. I just don't think that the Mormons last the season.
Arizona beat Utah. Oklahoma State's lost.
Oklahoma State's lost twice now, right? Utah and Kansas State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know.
They're kind of out of the picture until further notice.
Maybe UCF, but
UCF lost to Colorado.
Yeah, they got beat by I don't think there's a single team undefeated in conference play other than BYU, is there? Or is Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah, Colorado, but they're not going to last.
No. I think that they end up – I think Colorado does make bowl eligibility, I think, at the end of the day. But
I would bet BYU to make the Big 12 championship before Colorado.
I bet BYU to make the Big 12 championship generally. Like, they're 5-0, and I don't know if they win it, but it's kind of hard for them not to make it because they also don't have like this. I don't think they play Kansas State, or not Kansas State, Oklahoma State.
Kansas is another team that
what
happened to them?
Yeah. Maybe that offensive coordinator that went to Penn State was better than we thought. Because he left Kansas, Penn State looks like a
I'm
new
about
team.
to say Penn State's offense looks great for the most part. In Kansas, they can't figure nothing out offensively.
Oh, man.
Mahomes just throws it away.
Oh, my word.
There's going to be I think it's going to be a hold.
Oh, okay. I don't think – yeah, you could have called PI because that ball's not catchable.
Yeah.
Just rushing, barely getting touched by the left tackle. I don't know about that being a holding. That seems kind of ticky-tacky, especially in the end zone.
Yeah, I agree with you. Get in, P-Ron. Get in. Yes.
He's in. And the Chiefs take the lead for the first time this game with 6:04 left on the clock. 16-10 is the score with the PAT to follow.
Oh, I needed that from fantasy. I needed that.
Wow. P. Ryan getting the touches inside. Not kind of surprised by that, but the second effort there from P. Ryan was really good.
Well, from the offensive line, watch him. He's got nowhere to go, and they just fill in behind him and shove him.
Yeah, a great job there. A great second effort as the Chiefs getting their first lead, like I mentioned earlier. The Chargers have been held scoreless since the first quarter.
Since their first two drives, nonetheless, too.
Yeah,
not just their first two drives.
Browns are going to get one last shot, and that's it.
They even add Piron's points. Now they add a jump up to 67.
So the Browns have 3:15, all three timeouts, starting at their own 30, and they need a touchdown to win the game.
Packers and Rams should be an interesting game next week. I think the Packers get the win there, but an interesting game nonetheless.
Well, it also depends on if Nakua plays or not. Because he's been out.
And that also sort of depends, too. Does Jair Alexander play or not? Yeah, they sent me an email earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
Right now it's just for Monday, but there's no way they're doing it Tuesday either.
We just got power back on the townhomes at AU, though, which kind of surprises me because there's still 4 or 5 power lines down in that area.
Yeah, there's power lines down everywhere on my house. Even downtown Clemson, there's power lines down there. They had signs as you were driving into downtown. Power line, live lines down everywhere. Be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful where you drive.
Because they can't cut them off either. So at least the neighborhood I was in, they can't cut them off because there's huge trees that have fallen all over the boxes where you would even cut the power at. So they can't get to them.
Yeah. 6:04 left on the clock. 1st and 10 from the Chargers. 30. That may have been a false start. They got away with it.
Well, they got lucky too. The snap about it. Josh Palmer as he came across there. On the
run. Chargers just hasn't gotten any push as Chris Jones just being Chris Jones, doing a great job stuffing the run.
As some scores from earlier, the Falcons beat the Saints on a game-winning field goal, 26-24. Bears beat the Rams, 24-18. Packers can't quite complete the comeback. They lose 31-29. The Colts beat the Steelers, 27-24. Joe Flacco comes in for Richardson after he got injured and throws 2 touchdowns that win 27-24. Broncos beat the Jets, 10-9. The Bucs beat the Eagles, 33-16. Bengals beat the Panthers, 34-24. Texans over the Jags, 24-20. Commanders crushed the Cardinals, 42-14. Jaden Daniels in that game had a pretty good game, 26 of 30, 233 yards, a touchdown, a pick, and then 8 carries, 47 yards, a touchdown. It was the running game, though, that got it done. They ran for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. Later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we got the Bills at the Ravens. And then some scores going on right now. Niners up 30-13 on the Patriots. The Raiders beating the Browns 20-16. But Cleveland has the ball at midfield with 2.5 to go.
They're not at the midfield anymore.
The Chargers,
They're at the Raiders 15.
At the Raiders 15. Okay. The Chiefs up 17-10 on the Chargers.
Also, I will say quick about, Anthony Richardson leaving today's game. Obviously, with him missing the whole season last year, except for like 2 or 3 games, and now being injured in this game, it's really time to start worrying. Is he injury prone?
Well, I think that the bigger issue right now is just when is he going to develop? Because right now he just hasn't had any time to develop. It's going to be 3rd and 11 here for the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, he's an elite athlete, but he's going to have to develop. He still needs to be developed by a lot, as the screen pass is incomplete. In his face, he couldn't pull it in. And it's going to, 3rd and 11 with 4:01 on the clock.
Yeah, another Notre Dame player, Drew Tranquil, all over Justin Herbert.
Chargers with the ball at their own 45. They get the snap off. Again, more pressure from the Chiefs, and Chris Jones is going to get him back at the 40.
Spags just doing what he does, sending pressure from all sorts of directions, and the Chargers offensive line been struggling with it, as you're going to have to punt, right?
Oh, you got
What do you guys?
20.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, that's going to be the game.
What do you guys think
Because-
about?
Yeah, because it's not.
What do you guys think about?
Possibly. And it's going to be a good one. They're going to down it at the 4.
What do you guys think
Could've
about?
looked at if you could-
Bo Nix beating Aaron Rodgers today?
I wouldn't say Bo Nix beating Aaron Rodgers. Bo Nix played terrible.
He
Aaron
was
Rodgers
7
also
to
did.
13 at
Yeah.
one point for negative 10 yards.
What's that?
He was 7 to 13 at one point for like negative 10 yards or something like that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Bo Nix didn't beat him. Bo Nix did not beat him. But he did pick up his first career passing touchdown in this game to Cortland Sutton. So, not bad there. But, yeah, I mean, he went 12 of 25 for 60 yards and a touchdown. Averaged 2.4 yards a pass. That isn't very good.
The Chiefs doing what they should have done to begin with, just milking clock and running the ball, getting 4 yards from these carries. Kareem Hunt has been fantastic throughout this game. I don't know why
Yeah,
they
he
haven't
has.
fed him more.
Yes, he has. You look at his numbers here as I'm pulling up the box score. He's got 13 carries for 69 yards in the game.
Yeah.
Carson Steele had 2 carries for 6 yards. One of those carries resulted in a fumble. He hadn't touched the ball since.
Yeah.
I think that was his first carry. He got one more after that, and he hadn't been in the game since. It's been Piron. He has 5 carries for 14 yards and a touchdown, and then Kareem Hunt, 13 carries, 69 yards.
Here's the thing that I will say. I do not like using the timeout here after first down. I would much rather them get the second down yardage and then call a timeout, because then you're going to have the 2-minute warning after that. So I would much rather, because then it makes sure that if they got a first down on this play, you still have your timeout, you still have the 2-minute warning, you can still keep it live. But if you don't keep it live after this, yeah.
Which I guess it works out all right, because
Yeah.
you're calling it right here either way.
Yeah. I just don't like calling it early as a philosophical matter. I just think
Here we go. Here's the game.
Yeah, as it'll be 3rd and 6 for
About
the
to find
Chiefs.
out. About to find out if Watson has any magic left.
I hope not. I love him, but I love my money better.
4th and 4 from the Raiders. Fourth and 4 from the Raiders 9.
Chargers show blitz, clock down to 0.
Mahomes.
He's going to throw it, and Worthy's got a first down up to the 23 and stays in bounds. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning, and the Chiefs have won this football game, barring any just crazy play. As he beat Asante Samuel on that one across the middle. I mean, you're playing off of him, and he's running a cross route. There's nothing you can do. And honestly, that's the best defense you can play. I don't even blame that on the defense, because if you press up on him and you don't get a good jam off the line of scrimmage, he's beating you deep.
No, yeah. But here, the problem at the end of the day is that you got to know crossers are coming. So, in my opinion, you should have been playing. So.
Yeah, on a 3rd and 6, all you're trying to do is get the first down. You should have known crossing routes were coming.
I would have been playing cover 3 there and just playing everything.
Here we are. Here we go. Come on, Browns. Come on. And Watson sacked, and the Browns lose again. That's the 9th sack.
That works out good for me. That works out good for me because I get my money and nobody can blame Deshaun.
That was the 9th time Watson was sacked this game. 9th.
And see, that's my point. Like I've said, Watson hasn't played well, but his receivers can't catch the football and his offensive line can't block for him. So I get it. He hasn't played great.
Some of those sacks are on him.
Some of them are on him, but it's hard to play good, too, whenever you have this going on.
No, yeah. There's
Did the Browns have any timeouts?
He has been sacked 27 times in 3 games now?
4 games, if you're counting 9.
27 times.
I mean, that's 7 times a game.
So 33% of the sacks came today against the Raiders. Who got the sack?
Because Max Crosby's out.
Crosby's out?
They dropped the hound.
I'm pretty sure he's out.
Crosby's out, and you gave up 9 sacks to who?
Well, it doesn't help when Jedrick Wills, Wyatt Teller, Ethan Posick, and DeJuan Jones are all out.
Well, I know, but if Crosby's
so is Devontae
out,
Adams.
Yeah, but they have no – who's their pass rushers?
Crosby and Munford are out.
The guy from Miami that they signed out of free agency.
Okay, maybe there's – I don't know where the difference is coming, but on CBS, they said 3 sacks. CBS has 3 sacks on the day for the Raiders.
The guy on the Browns thing said 9 on the live stream.
Sacks, but those are 2 different things because
3. This one says 2. Where did it go? Sacks.
3 for 27.
Oh, they've given it. Yeah. They've been sacked. Yeah.
So I think it's only been 3. I think you may have had 6 tackles for loss too, but it's definitely only 3 sacks. There's no way that ESPN and CBS are 6 sacks off.
As the Chargers just look onto the field in disappointment, they couldn't do anything offensively after those first 2 drives.
And honestly,
as Mahomes will kneel down one more time after, one more kneel down, and that'll be the game.
And in my personal opinion, I think that the Chiefs played a bad game and a bad game plan even because I think that you should have ran Kareem Hunt a lot more. Like there were holes open, and your offensive line wasn't holding up against Mack and all the rest of the pass rushers of the Chargers. So I just don't know why you didn't try to take advantage of that more often.
By the way, the Browns offense only scored 10 points. The other 6 were a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, I saw that.
And now I didn't like it when they signed Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator, and now you see why.
Yeah, Dorsey is not exactly the guy you want. As the Chargers are going to drop this one, the Chiefs are going to improve to a record of 4-0 on the season. Chargers will drop to 2-2. Jim Harbaugh getting his first taste of the back-to-back Super Bowl champion Chiefs. We'll see if it changes in their upcoming matchup in Kansas City later this season.
For sure, yeah, just a tough game for the Chargers. Again, they couldn't do anything after those first 2 drives, and that was the difference. 10 points off turnovers, and that was all they got. But, yeah, well, Michael, we appreciate you coming on with us. That's going to wrap things up for us here at American Football Network, and we will see you guys.